Hey guys, James Sane here. So I got this idea of the three-dimensional text from motion array, and the nice thing about it is that you can have the text in front of you as well as positioned behind you. And if you didn't really want the 3D effect, you could step through it and then have all the text behind you if you like. But I really like the three-dimensional effect where you can have the text in front of you as well as the text behind you. Now sometimes it's hard to walk through the text, so sometimes you just have to make it disappear. And it's all gone. All right guys, thanks so much. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, it'll help my channel. And if you found the information helpful or useful, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do, remember to turn on notifications so that you don't miss when the next video comes out. All right guys, thanks so much. We'll see you in the next video. All right guys, so let's take a look at how I achieved that. Now as far as creating the text that was in front of me and behind me, I got that idea from Motion Array. I'll leave a link in the video description below. And the particle dissolve, that was from Storyisum 83. I'll leave a link in the description below. And I had to rotoscope myself out to put the text so I can move in and out of the text. So I'll leave a link in the description below of what I refer to do rotoscoping. Now I'm certainly no expert when it comes to After Effects. I'm trying to teach myself that. But this is just, I took two people's videos and thought, how can I achieve something unique? And I'll show you how I did that. So let's get to that video. Okay, so the point I'm at now is I have this clip and I've already put the text on there, and I've only doing the rotoscope in After Effects, just this portion here, this first portion. It was about 13 seconds long. I tried to do the rotoscope on the whole thing and actually it was about half of it. It was just overwhelming for my computer. It would take 8 hours and still be trying to rotoscope, freezing up, locking up the computer. So I'm splitting this up. Now, before I did this, I got my video the way I wanted it. I got to the point where I'm going to try to walk through the text, and then made a cut where I'm trying to walk back through the text, and then made a cut where I'm going to try to make the text disappear with the sandstorm effect. So prior to doing this in After Effects of the rotoscope, I just highlighted all of this, made a copy, which is sitting right here. Because what I need to do now is I need to have a video layer behind this rotoscope. So I'm going to move this up. Oops, they're all selected. I'm going to move this up, and let's take this here. Make sure we get the right one. Okay, so now what I have to do, this is my text layer in front of me. This is my two text layers behind me. And right now, this is the rotoscoped layer. So the layer that's going to be on the text layer on top is going to remain on top. I'm going to place the rotoscope layer second to the top. And then I'm going to move these two layers that are behind the rotoscope. They're going to go up one. And this copy that I made before I did this is the non-rotoscoped part out. I'm going to place on the bottom video layer. So now that gives me exactly what I'm looking for. And so now we'll just render this, and I'll speed this up. Hey guys, James Sane here. So I got this idea of the three-dimensional text from Motion Array, and the nice thing about it is that you can have the text in front of you as well as positioned behind you. And if you didn't really want the 3D effect, you could step through it. I've taken this second part and have rotoscoped myself out where I want to step through the text. So what I'm going to probably do is take about 5 frames or so, and that's going to be about the part where I'm gonna pop through. Oh, but first of all, I can still do this. Let me go ahead and cut all this up here. I don't know what effect I'm gonna put on there. Something liquefy or bubble or burble or something. I'll put something on there to make it look like I'm stepping through the text. But let's get this up here. And get this up here. And let's go find that clean plate of text that I have. Previous video that I have. So I'm going to highlight this. Hold down, click it, Alt, and drag it over. And that can be my underlying video. There we go. All right, so we'll have to render this, which will take forever. Okay. Okay, on this section here, when I was doing this, I initially forgot to record the audio, so then I'm adding this in. So what I'm doing here is I'm rearranging the rotoscoped player, putting it on the same level as all the other rotoscope, moving up the two text layers, putting them on the same layer, and then putting this base this base video at the bottom so that I have the same orientation that I do on all the other tracks. All right, so now that I added that effect, and I'm probably going to add something else to it other than just the shake, but now I just need to, where I step through it, now I need to get my text all behind me and put this After Effects layer on top. So I've got room for my video to go up here, slide that up there, slide this down just to keep it all neat, and then render out this effect with all the text behind me. Okay, so now we're to the point where I step through and I put this wave warp on here, and I want to get some sort of bounce for a number of frames. So I need to, on this text layer, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe for about 10 frames, I'm going to put an effect on there. So let's make this a little larger. Choose C on the keyboard to cut, and go back to V for select, and I'm going to select this top. On here is the top layer, but it's the middle, this middle layer text. So I'll go to Effects, and I want Turbulent Displacement. Turbulent Displace. Okay, so I don't know exactly what I want this to look like, so we'll just experiment. Let's try keyframing some action into here. Let's try offset 1920 here at the beginning. We'll go to the end of this. Oh, stay on this one. Forward one more frame, go back. All right, so we'll put a keyframe here. All right, so now let me just get out of, make sure I'm on this. Layer here. I'm on the turbulent displacement. And started in 1920. I don't know. Let's just go up to something around 2300. Same way with, we'll go back to this first keyframe here. Oh, sorry, clicking the wrong one. Click that to go back to that keyframe. The complexity starts at 1. Go to the next keyframe. And let's just experiment a little. Put the complexity maybe around 6. Go back to this first keyframe. And we'll also put keyframes on the evolution. Jump up to the last keyframe. And too much. You know, something like that. So just to get a little effect after I step through it. And let's render that and see what that looks like. Okay, well that rendered pretty quick.
Hey guys, James Sane here. So
I stepped through it, wave.
step through it.
Yeah, I like that. It puts a little bounce to it afterwards. I like that. So I'm going to repeat it when I
step through it.
I like that.
And if you didn't really want the 3D effect, you could step through it and then have a
Okay, I do like that. And then I'll just have put some
in front of you as well as position behind you. And if you didn't really want the 3D effect, you could step through it and then have a
All right, I like that. And then I'll just, when I step back through it, I'll put the same effect on it so it's the same going both ways. I've rotoscoped this portion, that's why it's red. I haven't rendered it yet, but I need to be, I need the text behind me to show up. So I need to stack in this order here. Have my After Effects rotoscoped layer here. And then I need the 2 text layers on top of the background video. So here's my background video. I'll just temporarily move it right there. Move these 2 text layers up. And then put this base plate video underneath. Now I'm in between the texts. All right, and so one thing that I do, it probably takes up a lot of computer space, but as I make changes, I just don't frequently save. I'll like, so this is whatever the name of this project is. I mean, Text Effects 3D. This is like, I've saved multiple times, but I actually have like 12 iterations of this. And where I had, I mean, I'm not showing you. I mean, I guess I could, I don't know. I probably won't show you. But I had forgot to chop up. What I need to do is make this text disappear. Right now it's just this top layer. I need to make this, I need to reorder these so that this video is on the bottom. These 2 here. I can just do it right now. So we'll slide that up. Slide this down. Slide this up. I mean, it won't be rendered anymore. But just so that we look the same. Put all these back on the same level so that my brain doesn't get confused. Oh, didn't mean to move that. So let me Control Z and do that. Don't want it to snap to that. Let's just slide back down there. Okay, so what I had done in iteration 12 was I ended up putting this particle dissolve effect on this entire layer, which on this text layer on video on V5, which is this middle layer here. But I really needed to start dissolving about where that cut is, and then I needed to, well, because it's not rendered, I needed to stop somewhere around here. And then I thought, well, what I can do, since I rendered this whole, I'll just speed it up. But when you speed up that particle text dissolve, it doesn't look good. So I need to find the exact spot where I need the text to be gone completely. Cut this off and then cut these other 2 because I have to do it to each text layer so that it, in an effort to look better. So that's why I do multiple iterations of, this is the 10th time I've saved this one particular, not the 10th time I saved it, but the 10th. Like if I was just going to go along here, I could save file, save as. I'll just go ahead and do it because I know 10 is always good for me to go back to. But I'll just see. I mean, I've got these, well, it doesn't show up here. I'm just going to change this to 13. Now I know I always have 10 to go back to, and I'm going to work on the 13th. The 13th save of this. All right, just wanted to share that with you. Okay, now that I've applied the particle dissolve effect to all 3 text layers, I need to render this. Looks pretty good. I don't need the rest. I need the text to disappear, so I need to get rid of that. This is where it starts the particle dissolve, and this is where it ends the particle dissolve on that layer, and that layer. Don't need the text to continue, so delete that, and then just render this. All right, so let's take a look at the dissolving, and I'll leave a link to the video from Storyisum of how to do the dissolving. There's multiple dissolving texts on the internet. I like his videos though. So I wanted to time it when I started waving my hand, and I knew I was going to do this when I was recording, and I looked over for a second or two, and that's where I made the text dissolve in. So let's see what it looks like.
Make it disappear, and it's all.
All right, so I like that. I did change the direction to where I made this text, this dissolve go up, rather than I wanted it away from my face. Initially, when I first started doing this, this dissolving text was going up, and it just completely obscured my face. I didn't want to like completely disappear. Let me use the arrow keys. So, you know, I still wanted to be able to see my face a little bit. And so I just made that text dissolve up, and this line dissolve down, and this line here dissolve down as well. All right, guys, so there was my interpretation. I took 2 videos about special effects with text, and I incorporated it into hopefully my own unique video. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. It would help my channel. And if you found the information helpful or useful, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do, remember to turn on notifications so that you don't miss when the next video comes out. All right, guys, thanks so much. We'll see you in the next video.